The question of lifestyle blocks taking over productive land is a huge issue. It's a massive issue. It goes right to the guts of the political economy of New Zealand agriculture and the political economy of the structure of our economy in this country as a whole.
I was really attracted to the proposition of making parts of a city more productive. You know, for food production, having people closer to where their food's coming from. You know, like the edible cities, just that concept. And to be honest, yeah, that really drew me in, and that's something that I feel was consistent during my involvement.
To actually participate in interviews has been a way to give farmers a bit of voice within the formulation of land use policy.
I feel like it turned into a project between the three of us.
Yeah, it's just when...
And it progressed into designing for the exhibition, which I got tacked onto.
Yeah.
Like
pretty much, we just kind of stole you for a bit.
Yeah.
How's the exhibition shaping?
Yeah, it's coming along.
Yeah.
We got to
see the benches.
Yeah. Have you seen the benches? They worked out pretty well.
The process has been really interesting and eye-opening, considering we haven't really done anything like that before. I don't think
kind of validating, I guess, to be able to tell the interviewees that the stuff that they're saying is going to feed directly into policy.
That's actually being meaningful rather than just an essay or something like that.
But in terms of development, it's crazy. Like, I mean, I guess compared to like all the other papers I've done at uni, the amount of stuff I've learned and the time it's taken has been insane. It's been like 1,000% compared to any other paper, you know, which is crazy considering I'm getting paid to do it as well.
Yeah.
Insane. So it's been really good.
Being involved in like a real, like as you were saying before, a real life project that's actually going to be useful to people. That's been the most interesting thing, and it's kind of made me want to do. That's not the right word. Like do a good job. I think, you know, with like just academic work, it's just getting marked and stuff for like towards a degree. But being involved with something kind of more real life, I find it really interesting, and interacting with different people in terms of the council members and then also academics, and then with each other, like students. And
yeah, it is cool being involved in something which is real life and has like a tangible reality, I guess, instead of just doing an essay and working for 6 months doing an honours report and then sending it off to one person who sees it and marks it, and then it disappears off to a void. You're actually doing something which has some tangible value. But and it's such a huge problem too. I mean, subdivision, lifestyle growth is out of control. This research is at the forefront of solving those problems, or attempting to find solutions to those problems.
Okay, so when I came onto the project, Amanda Yates was responsible for like facilitating these designs, which were going to be installed. Even though a lot of them, like this, was drawing off the students' work, she was right in the asking these questions, putting forward this proposal that we could have parts of the city that were producing food and getting people closer to food production.
Yeah, I think that was her way of like publishing, in a way, is to like actually do something.
And
like,
that way
normally
it's published for the public as well, so that's different.
Yeah, because normally it's like you publish and you just print it, and that makes it sort of
for a journal for people
yeah.
in your discipline.
But to do an event or an installation is, I guess, it's more a design way of publishing academic research.
Well, I was really interested in some of the conceptual and the tricky parts about it, and she just said, look, you know, that thing that we were talking about before, if at the end of the day we don't end up with an installation, what have we done all of this for?
Yeah, you don't feel like she's just an academic. Definitely got involved with all of it.
But
and the building as well, like corresponding with that.
Definitely the research that we've been doing here could be the basis for a vast range of really important and interesting research topics.
in terms of thinking about the bigger picture of things, not just about such as economic viability of things, but actually the whole social issues around decision making and for people, I find really interesting.
Trying to explain motivation is probably the biggest sociological question that you can possibly tackle. Trying to work out why somebody does something. Do they do it because of economic necessity? Do they do it because of values? Do they do it because of an ideology? Do they do it because they have no choice? How could you get them to act differently? I mean, those are massively complex and really satisfying sociological questions to ask.
How do we take what was basically like some concept sketches and go and install them effectively? And you know, if you look at it from the outside and you're like, well, there's a space, here's a concept sketch. What do we need? We need materials, we need manpower, we need a bit of an event, and we'll do the whole thing. And if it were that simple, then I probably wouldn't have been involved.
How to cut a mill off with a table saw.
Yeah.
When the blade is 3 mils and...
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the level of detail we had to go to with the exhibition was crazy. Because we were all just like, oh no, it'll be alright. For a lot of it,
Yeah,
like,
3 mil here, 3 mil there.
Yeah. 3 and meh. Just give it, round it up, it'll be fine. It's not fine.
Actually, interviewing the farmers has been a really interesting experience.
The farmers have been pretty receptive.
Yeah, because they get a chance to have a big whinge, basically, so they're happy to do that.
It's been interesting interacting with farmers, definitely. Just, I think to date we've come across some pretty hard cases and some good yarns and get some good stories out and some good information.
One of the things that's come out of the interviews is there is a vast range of different motivations and different values which fit into the decision to subdivide. Most farmers do it reluctantly. Most farmers do it because the economic pressures make it a necessity for them to subdivide. Most farmers don't like selling land. So it's been eye-opening, I guess, to see this from a primary producer's perspective. So it's been challenging, but I guess we've also had a richer experience because of that as well.
Like even just like learning to use SketchUp. Like from something as small, well not small, but as something as practical as that to something as kind of, I suppose, zoomed out as kind of talking, the way you actually send an email to someone, or the way you communicate with people is just, yeah.
Sort of classic, innovative, complex space. You know, when people talk about complex systems, that's been brought up quite a bit, I think, in this challenging sustainability as a project as a whole. And they talk about emergence, like there's something that just, you know, it comes up, and there'll be something else that comes up, and then you adjust, you remain fluid. And I think that for me has been really interesting but challenging as well.
Can I just say at the end, I'm glad I'm involved.